Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Bones88. I'm here with my good friend Zeri from XMG. Say hi, Zeri.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
This is the very, very first edition of our new monthly news show. It's called Goblin News. We're going to be doing this every last Sunday of every month, so you guys have something to look forward to that. We'll just discuss some of the controversies and all the things going on in the past month, and we'll just kind of sum it all up and just talk about it and give us all your guys' thoughts. If you guys didn't see it, Zeri has the first part. If you haven't seen that, I'll put the link to that in this video and go back and see that one because it's the first part. So yeah, anything you want to say before we get started, Zeri?
No, just if people are unfamiliar, I will go back to and put the link to the second part in yours to spread the word. So it's either we're going to talk about good stuff, bad stuff, whatever the case might be, whatever's bugging the community. So if you guys have suggestions, make sure you're leaving them in the comments for us.
Yep. That's another thing I wanted to say. Just like he said, leave lots of suggestions, guys. Stuff that you want us to talk about. It could be funny. It could be whatever. Just give us something to talk about, and it's whatever you guys want to see. It's all about you guys. So just let us know. All right, we're gonna get right into the next subject, or the first subject here on my video. I've been curious, and I'm sure a lot of other people have been curious. Is that who's going to be the next legendary? How it's going to be? What race is it going to be? And who's going to be required and all that. And
Right.
XMG, what do you think, man? What's your theory on that?
Well, my theory kind of has multiple layers, and the the legendary, just to be blunt, the legendary I think is going to be the next legendary will be the Cult of the Nameless. Somebody from the Cult of the Nameless. We had that teaser trailer that came out, kind of sounded like a snake. So I think the next legendary could be the cult of one of the Cult of the Nameless.
I'm right there with you. They did that teaser and haven't said anything much more about it, so I'm not sure how far away it is, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. And how do you think they're going to be? Do you think they're going to release 5 characters and they all are spread out and farmed different ways, probably?
Yeah, I look back at the way the goblins were launched. When they redid like Dr. Frank and Instructor Goram, one was like a hard node farm, one was kind of an easier farm. They were tournaments on them. I think they're going to kind of do the same thing with the Cult of the Nameless, and then the one that brings them all together will be the legendary character. And maybe you will need all 4 of the Cult of the Nameless to get there. I think one might be a Battle Pass character, but or what I'd like to see, I think it'd be really cool, is any of the legendaries that are currently in the game. You need to build a squad of 5 of them and take them in 7-star. And I think that could really provide a lot of theory crafting for the community. They're pretty readily available now. They're easier than people out of the tournament shop to get, in my opinion. So I think it would be kind of fun to do it that way.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. I also think it would be pretty cool to do the all the legendaries. It requires all the legendaries to get like a super legendary guy. So
Yeah, that would be fun.
I
That
think
would be
that'd be
super
neat.
fun. Yeah.
All right, that's about what I want to cover on that. Just kind of what to expect and what we kind of think is going to happen next. There's not any kind of thing to confirm that except for that teaser. If you guys don't know what it
Oh, okay.
is, try looking it up. It's just like the Cult of the Nameless, and it's just some snaky sounding people that say a few things, and they say the Cult of the Nameless are coming or something like that. So it's definitely
Yeah,
coming. We just don't know really what it is, and it'll be interesting for sure.
yeah, it's in there. It's on their official Discord under announcements. If you go under their announcements, you can go back and listen to it right on there.
All right, so going into the big stuff that everyone's wanting to talk about, and this kind of goes into my third one, the Battle Pass controversy. But number 2, are they monetizing way too much? What's your thought on that, Zary?
You know, I'm kind of torn on this one, and I think I think they needed to monetize more. Some of the things they're monetizing kind of makes me scratch my head, but I can't tell you if they're making money off those packs because I don't have their their sheets from their bank. I don't know what they're making, but some of the offers they're offering, I'm just kind of like that doesn't make sense. But I was an advocate for them to monetize after their whole ticket gate fiasco thing. I said there's a way to monetize this game, and I think they're starting to move in the right direction. They're pulling away from more of like drop coin purchases to pretty much straight cash purchases, and I think that's a lot easier for people. People might, things like that. But all in all, I'm okay with what they're doing. I'm okay with their monetization strategy. I mean, you play Marvel Strike Force, you can't start that game without, an ad popping up. You play Disney Sorcerer's Arena, you can't start that game without an ad popping up. So why can't they do it too? You know what I mean? So I got no problem with it. If you don't want it, just click the X and move on.
Yep, I'm 100% agree with you on that too. It's guys, it's not as bad as any of the other hero collectors. They will suck your soul. They will take everything out of you and not even care. They'll take and it's like a gambling thing. Like they have it set it up so you kind of get addicted, and you need the next character. You need him, so you're finding any way. Even if you can't afford it, you're finding any way you can to get that next character, to kind of get that high or whatever, and it doesn't last very long. And you're sitting there with no money or whatever. And that's how they deal business. But this is why I'm so patient with Dragon Champions and the devs and everything, is that I know they had a little controversy here recently not communicating, but they communicate a lot. It could be any average Joe commenting on their forums, and they get right back to you pretty quick. And it's usually just Lizard Breath, and she is great at her job, man. She's a very nice girl, and she's on top of things, and all of them want you guys to be happy, want us to be happy, and but the big word I've been using for weeks now is just be patient. Battlegrounds gets out here. After Battlegrounds is out and they fix up the bugs, they can now work on anything in the world, and I'm sure they're going to have a lot of stuff for us after this. They're just in a funk because the OG Battlegrounds failed instantly. They had a lot of good ideas, but for the most part, you could say it was a failure, and they completely scrapped it and are literally from the ground up building a whole new mode, and they're doing it pretty quickly, honestly. And how many people did you say that work there total?
I think it's like 25. Between 25 and 30 was the last number I knew, but I think it's right in there. And they started with only a group of 5 people.
And that's crazy. They started this game out with 5 people, and now they have 25. So that tells you they're going to raise things, so they have to pay more people. I don't know how much of an increase in, that's like a 500-600% increase in employment. So they got to pay those people, but they're still not trying to be greedy. I bet you they're doing the least that they have to make some money. Yeah. And it comes down that it's not as bad as any of the other ones out there, and it seems minuscule to me because I'm used to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Yeah, and my thing is like, is there some bad offers out there? Yes, but the way people ask me, is this a good offer? Is that a good offer? And I hate answering that question because I don't know how much money you have. I don't know your budget. I don't know what you're willing to spend. The way to look at an offer is break it down. People just say, well, that's $109. That's ridiculous. Who's going to pay that? Well, somebody's going to pay it. But look at what you get for it. You know what I mean? That's how I break it down. Like Mobile Gamer, Marvel Strike Force, he does his offer review every day. And he breaks it down perfectly. It's how he values things. And if it doesn't add up to the total of what they're asking you to spend, it's a bad buy. And if you watch that, video, what is it? 95% of the offers that he goes through, he says are trash, but people still buy them. So it's all on how you value it, in my mind, and what you can afford. Don't not feed your family or something stupid to buy a character in a game. That's the end of our line right there.
And you guys, you don't have to buy it. And this game will still be fun even if you don't pay for some stuff. But unless you're really competitive, then I understand why. But before you even start a game like this, you have to understand this is going to be the same way with any of them in the future, and any of them of the past have all worked the same way. That there's going to be a lot. It's not pay to win, but it's very much like that. So that's how every mobile game has become. The days of buying a game for $60 and getting everything you want is gone. You'll get that with games that have DLCs, and what they seem like that they make the whole entire game, and then they pull sections out of it and then call them DLCs, because when all the DLCs are there, it just looks like a complete game at that point. So I think that's what they do. But anyways, not to get off subject, it's just,
no, that's fine.
you know, I just want you guys to kind of just chill out because Battlegrounds, from the sounds of it, is about to start testing very soon, and so,
Yeah,
so,
that's what they're telling us.
and I don't think they want to have us testing it for very long because they can tell
No.
that they've got to get. And I have to say again that I've lost 15 members in a top 50 guild, which that doesn't mean we are anymore, and in the last month and a half, we've lost 15 members. So we can't do T8 or anything. So Battlegrounds needs to hurry up, you know. So we're all just as excited and we're all just as antsy and ready for it as you guys are. But like Zeri was saying the other day, you know, like the COVID-19 thing, that's getting people really wanting to.
I mean, everybody's spending way more time at home. Nobody can go out to dinner. You can't go out to a ball game. You can't go out to the movies. You can't go to a bar. People get antsy. They're staring at their phone screen for 8 hours a day, and they're blowing through content. So, I just think people, you got to pump your brakes a little bit, and they're trying new things in the game, and some people might perceive them as being sketchy, and some of it might be without explanation. And I think that goes to your point, Bones, is why, where's the communication on this whole point? That's what it really boils down to. People aren't, there's going to be a majority of people who don't like any decision any game's going to make, but there's a reason why mobile gaming is $1 billion a year industry, multi-billion dollar a year industry.
Yep.
You gotta take it for what it is.
But that's about all I gotta say about the monetizing part. The third thing I have on for today is ties in with the monetization, and that was this Battle Pass controversy we've had. And it had to do with Garrett's Battle Pass this month. Zeri, kind of explained to them like what the whole controversy was and why it was going on.
So what happened is they released the Battle Pass, and normally for a Battle Pass character, you unlock the Battle Pass character at 5-star, and you got a whole bunch of extra perks, and it costs $10.99. Well, for this Battle Pass, you got the character at 4-star, and it costs $10.99, and we still got this exact same other perks. And people, mostly what I'm seeing is people get really upset by this, and then it boils down to if they just would have told us. So again, it's kind of the communication thing. But what they're saying is that it's a shady business practice. How could they knock it down? Things like that. That's where a lot of the animosity is coming from.
Yep. I use this analogy with a few people on Discord, but it's kind of like being a spoiled child your whole life, and you've always gotten what you wanted your whole life, and then maybe your dad loses his job, or for some reason you just don't have the same luxuries you did before, and like you kind of freak out and just blow up because you want this stuff now. Spoiled kids don't have to do much, so you sit around just bored, and so you're waiting, you know. So I want it now, and I'm not calling anybody spoiled because we've all been spoiled by this.
Yeah, we've all been spoiled, absolutely. And I even said that to Lizard Breath. We're all spoiled with a 5-star character unlock.
Yep, yeah, I totally agree. And so, you know, you make it a little, you know, and because they didn't communicate, and they were in the wrong on that part. I give everyone credit that they were wrong in the part of how they handled the communication. And communication is so key in a game like this, in a relationship in your life, just to have a good friendship with somebody. Communication is key in all points of life. And they just communicated it wrong, whether they meant for it to do this or that. They did it. It was changed. Things were wrong, so they should have came out and said, okay, this is why we did that. We're sorry. We were, you know, it's okay. Fans aren't going to be mad if you say I was in the wrong. And I feel like sometimes a lot of businesses all over the world are so against admitting they're wrong. Like it's going to ruin their business or something. And also another thing is, we keep bringing this up, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. They are the empire of hero collecting games. They'll destroy your pockets. You know what I'm saying? And just walk on by you and leave you, you know, on the streets. Like that's what they're trying to get every dollar they can. These guys care. They care about you. Are they making wrong decisions here and there? Yeah. But also that comes back to what you said earlier is there's 25 people and we're not even at the year anniversary yet. So we just have to be patient, guys. Please give the devs a little bit more time. Yeah, let them know what, you know, but also just kind of, you know, cut them some slack. I know a lot of people out there are mad, but it will be okay.
My thing is, what I want people to understand is nowhere in any sort of communication post did they ever say that Battle Pass characters unlock at 5 stars, all of them. No, they didn't. Then and I know why people are upset, but if you look at it, people then get upset because they don't have anything to do. They have nothing to work on. Well, if they take out a star from that Battle Pass character, and if you want it that bad, you can buy it. If you don't, whatever. But it's going to give people more to work on. Like, I don't really see a big problem with the knockback. Now, if they said, okay, it's $10.99, you get them at a 2-star, I'd be like, whoa, let's pump the brakes a little bit here. But 4 to 5-star, yeah, it sucks. I'm just as disappointed as everybody else out there. But in the grand scheme of things, I mean, the draw coins that you get in there are still $20 alone. The value of that pass is still so tremendous. At 4 stars, I just, it doesn't bother me like it does some people. The only thing that bothers me is that they didn't say a thing about it. They just said, okay, here's the new Battle Pass. They had that dev post where we got all excited about, and in there it just said Battle Pass. There's a new chest. Okay, cool. I thought it was going to be you could buy up to 7 stars, which you can, but right there would have been a perfect opportunity. We're lowering the Battle Pass because of this. They don't even have to say because of this, because frankly, it's none of our business. Nobody walks into Target and say, well, this Coke was $2.15 last week. Now it's $2.50. What the heck? I'm done. I'm never buying here again. Nobody does that, right?
Right,
so
right.
Why do we constantly think it's okay to do the same thing with mobile games? And it's not just this community. I've been part of multiple communities. And as soon as something doesn't go the way somebody wants it, they're like, that's it, I'm done spending. And it's like, wait a minute. And the crazy part is, I had people DMing me pictures of this guy the night of the Battle Pass already unlocked. So they bought those chests. And then I've had people who wrote me and said, I'm never spending again. Wrote me the next day and say, well, I watched your new video, so he's going to be really good. I'm going to buy him. It's like, before we go crazy, can we just pump our brakes? Like I say that all the time. Let's pump the brakes and let it sit for a minute. That's why I don't make reaction videos. I don't try to if a post comes out, I always wait 3, 4, 5 hours and I process it all first before I just go ape on it. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
try
totally.
to think of it from every angle, as the consumer, as the company.
And here's another thing, guys. He's a freaking beast. Whatever you have to spend on him, I don't spend money on another game. That's another thing, and they still are good enough deals to me that I'm still going to put money towards him this month. I'm going to buy that $20 thing for the Drake coins, and I'm also going to buy the Battle Pass. And
I've already bought the Battle Pass because I want to start gearing him because he sucks to gear.
And guys, I don't spend money. I'm right there with you guys. I've been through this 1,000 times. You guys are trying to get one on us, and that's another thing I wanted to say earlier was it did look like that they were trying to get one on us because they didn't communicate it and kind of snuck it in there or whatever. But that wasn't their intentions. But I understand why you guys are mad because it felt kind of sneaky to you, and it looked like that too. But I don't think that was their intentions. They don't want to make you guys mad. They want to keep the fan base. They don't want to lose all these in-game players that are leaving. And I truly think they're working their butt off.
They are. And what you got to think about too is if they were trying to get one by us, they would never answer all these posts. Lizard Breath would not be on some YouTuber's Discord answering people's questions about it. If they were trying to get one over on us, they wouldn't say a thing, i.e. CG Capital Games, i.e. Fox Next when they used to run Marvel Strike Force. They'd zip this stuff in here, and then a week later, there'd be a post. I just think they got to learn to get out in front of it. There's going to be backlash either way. Just get in front of it, communicate it first, deal with all this crap before it hits, and then when it launches, we could talk about how cool this character is instead of talking about this.
Yep. And I also said before that if they just would have communicated, we would have bitched a little bit for a couple hours, and we wouldn't even be talking about this. We wouldn't be talking about it on the video or anything. If they would have mentioned the Garrett nerf and the Battle Pass thing, I don't think we would be still talking about it. And I think I think they may have lost a few people to buy the Battle Pass, but it's not any more than who's quitting the game right now. So
Right. And the way you got to think is, and I know some people don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. Does the people who didn't buy the Battle Pass, is it outweighed by the people who bought the chess? They're in this to make money. So what is going to make them the most money? Having a 5-star Battle Pass or having a 4-star with, the chess? So this is all trial and error for them, man. So we just got to cut them some slack, I think, a little bit.
And if you guys saw Zari's and I's part 1 on this, Garrett is in the meta. He is blowing teams away. So
it's viable. He doesn't have to be 7 stars to be around in the arena. In the arena, he can be a 5-star.
And that's crazy.
High-end arena, he can be a 5-star. So it's not the end of the world. We're still getting an exceptional character for free. And what kind of hurts me a little bit is, in my opinion, the 2 best Battle Pass characters released came with controversy.
Yep.
Kiri and now Garrett. I mean, Zera's really good. Don't get me wrong, but Kiri's really, really good.
And guess what? Kiri's viable at 5-star in arena. I'm currently holding an 18th place in arena with a 5-star Kiri. So.
Yep. So yeah, it is. I mean, and everyone has their whole right. I'm not here to start arguments with people. Not here to do any of that. Just like you weren't. What we're trying to do is, let's talk it out. Let's see the other side of this thing. And people have the right to be upset, I guess. If you want to be pissed about it, be pissed about it. But in the end of the day, I bet you those people who didn't buy the Battle Pass, and then when they can't get by the guy who has Garrett and they're getting smoked and they see him at 4 or 5-star, they're going to wish they did.
For sure. And I'm going to wish I did. So that's why it's, and I've looked at about spending on this game is I find total enjoyment with it. After my family, like in my family stuff, this is what I enjoy the most. And why not invest a little bit into it, especially to devs who care, so it goes even farther. I can go out and eat and feed the family at Burger King for one night, or I can make supper instead and be able to get, the $20 thing every month. That's for 1 month, and then I can figure out $10 somewhere. And so
when I was an avid World of Warcraft player, I mean, years, me and Haas, everybody knows Haas, we played World of Warcraft for years. That was $17 a month. So what's the difference? I'm paying $10 here. It's the same thing. I get content and enjoyment out of this game every single day. Yeah, do I get frustrated? Yeah, do I get pissed? Just like everybody else.
And you know what? I would not pay money for it if there was not value in it. No matter Dragon Champions or anything, I wouldn't pay for it if there wasn't any value. And take it from me, who's a cheap guy, who doesn't have a lot of money. I'm not on here to make money. I'm on here to have fun with all you guys and discuss things like this. I don't have a lot of money, but I enjoy it so much. And the things are so fair that I'm down to give them my money.
Yeah. And you know what? You're coming from a guy who spent way too much money in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes at my own expense. And everyone's like, well, it's going to be $200 to get him 7 stars. Well, that's still $300 cheaper than an average mobile game.
That's right, man. That's right. Well, do you have anything else you want to say about that?
No, man. I think we beat it with a
All right.
stick there, man.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for joining the first edition of Goblin News. This is going to be a monthly thing. It's really fun. Me and Zeri love doing this with all you guys. Sorry for having this out a little late, though. I had some technical difficulties, but we're getting them out there.
Yeah, that's all right, man.
Zeri, thanks for coming on, my friend. It's always an honor. It's always a pleasure to have you on here, and I can't wait to keep doing more stuff with you, buddy.
Absolutely. No, we got more good stuff coming, everybody, and no, thank you for having me. It's great to be on here, and it's great to see you growing and doing well, man.
Thank you, brother. XMG represent. Come join our Discord. Come there. We're always there talking about stuff, having some good conversations. With that being said, make war, not love, my friends. We'll see you later. Peace.